Welcome to this episode of 50-Second Film Feels. Send Help, the new Sam Raimi movie. Y'all know I was looking forward to this for a minute. I'm keeping it unbiased, even though I am a huge Raimi fan. I love Sam Raimi. I mean, obviously ever since Evil Dead, but let's not forget the Spider-Man franchise. It is one of my favorites. And Multiverse of Madness I know gets a lot of hate, but F that noise. I really love movies where like planes crash. I think just because then I feel like it just confirms my fear of flying and that I'm not crazy. So anyone who thinks I'm crazy, I'd be like, see what happened in that movie? Yeah, you saw. Obviously, I always start with the story, but it would seem like it's a little bit simple. Like, plane crash, then we got to figure out how to survive and stay and get off this island. And I'm always interested in the journey of that. So right from the jump, I was like, okay, I'm interested in this movie. So this was one of my most anticipated for the month. I think that it was really well paced, really well shot. I really loved the way the movie, it wasn't so Raimi, I'll have to say that. So there wasn't any crazy Dutch angles all over the place, and it wasn't like a bloody mess. There was a handful of scenes that were scary, but they were really only sprinkled throughout, so it wasn't like a straight up gore fest. I'm not sure if I had an opinion either way about Rachel McAdams and her acting. At first, I didn't love her character, but her acting was on point. And I was like totally buying her as like this sort of broken person, but you kind of gotta like go on the journey to get to the bottom of it. I mean, obviously, the only thing we really knew from the trailers and from like actually getting it from the jump was like she's got this terrible boss. So right there, you're like, okay, I feel for her because everybody can relate to having a terrible boss. Dylan O'Brien, on the other hand, I was like, oh, I always loved him in the Maze Runner movies, even though those movies weren't, I don't know if they were the best, like if they were well received. The movie relies so much on the acting in this because it's pretty much the two of them most of the time on this island stuck, and you're kind of like, all right, we have to be interested in them because they're running the whole show. What I liked so much about it was that it wasn't as simple as it seemed. Like, okay, they hate each other, they're stuck on an island, and you see this one like maniacal shot of her in the trailer, so you're like, is this going to be some type of revenge movie where it's like a horror movie because it's a Raimi? And you're like, it's not exactly that. There's a lot more depth to this movie, and I think it's definitely worth the watch. And guess what? I'm rewatching it. For sure. Rewatchability factor? Absolutely.